Hey guys, Clover, that's not anime here, bringing you my review for Black Clover episode 23. And to start off, early in the episode, like at the very beginning, we learn that this world has two kings: the Wizard King, who rules over the mages, and then there's the actual king who rules over the land, which shows that the Wizard King, if you think about it, is a little more than a figurehead and a bodyguard, which does honestly make me wonder what Asta would think when and if he learns that his goal is isn't pretty much all isn't pretty much all it's isn't pretty much all isn't is that his goal of becoming the Wizard King, like the Wizard King itself as an idea, isn't all powerful and influential as he thinks. Because I get the feeling that Asta's mindset right now is that he thinks that once he becomes the Wizard King, he'll be able to change everything. He'll be able to change everything that's wrong with pretty much the entire kingdom. But judging from the king's passing comment, I get the feeling that won't be easy. That won't be easy. Like basically, when we learned that the Wizard King and the regular King are equals, but I get the feeling that one technically still has a little bit more power than the other. And I'm not talking about the Wizard King having more power. I'm talking about the actual King, is just so freaking, which is just so freaking, which is just so freaking funny if you think about it, because the Wizard King is obviously the more powerful one strength wise, but the actual king has, from the sounds of it, the actual king has a bit more political power or something like that. So it's like, yeah, it's this really is like, when you really look at it, the Wizard King is nothing more than he's basically Julius is a glorified bodyguard for the actual king, and it's like, yeah, that's just wrong. but but yeah, I get the feeling that Asta is going to be in for, once Asta learn this, I think he's going to be in for an extremely rude awakening, and I don't know what he's gonna feel, but I get the feeling it isn't gonna bother him too much. I'm sure that once Asta becomes Wizard King, he'll probably do something crazy, like almost demand that the king serve him or something like that. Actually, would be kind of funny. Um, but aside from that, okay, so are you guys aware as to how many chapters were actually adapted in this episode? Four. Four chapters were adapted in this episode, and we only have five more. Five episodes. We only have five more episodes. We only have no, sorry, episodes. We only have five more. We only, as far as chapters go, we only have five more in order to complete this arc. So I'm not sure what's going on at Studio Pierrot right now, but someone must have said, "Look, you definitely have to pick up the pace." And in a lot of ways it shows, which sort of does give me even more hope that they will actually continue on in canon for a bit longer after this. But like I said, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, I'm hoping that someone at Studio Pierrot finally managed to put their foot down and said, "Look, you guys, you guys can't keep doing this. You have to do something in order to make this work." So, and I think it's and I think just the fact that and I think just the fact that and I think just the mere fact that from shown that pretty much Black Clover has been. I think it's one of those things where the fact that Black Clover has been kind of advertised as being what being the next Naruto in the new Big Three, which honestly, again, I like Black Clover, but it's like, really, guys. But I think just that mere fact of that Black Clover is being advertised as the new shonen is kind of, as the new Naruto, is kind of putting a lot of pressure on Pierrot. So they're like, okay, we definitely can't keep doing this. We have to speed things up a bit in order to actually try and in order to try and give people something serviceable. So I think it's that too. So yeah, but anyway, also, I feel this episode showcases something about the fights in Black Clover. I don't know if many have noticed or picked up on, which is the fights that the fights start, which is once the fights actually start, they actually end pretty fast. Which honestly, I think the main reason for that is that the author of the original source material, I think the author of the original source material ends up doing that because I feel when he writes the fights for Black Clover, I feel he's almost afraid that if he drags it out too much, then the fight will kind of get to a point where it'll end up as a kind of bullshit as a kind of bullshit fight, as a kind of bullshit fight you'd probably seen something like Fairy Tail. But here the fights are quick enough to where we can't question the validity of it, but slow enough to see the strength of the characters. And before anyone says anything about the fight with Mars, I'm almost positive that there was filler added in that fight. So yeah. And I just love how I just love how Rades ended up getting called out in this episode for pretty much his entire reason for attacking the kingdom, which was revenge. And yeah, and it's being called out. It was called out as childish, but it's childish, but honestly, it's something new. There's so many shonen series out there where the antagonists have a noble purpose behind their evil deeds, and here he's just the villains in Black Clover are reduced down to pretty much their bare bones, and honestly, to their bare bones of what they are, and that they're following they're following their instincts basically, and in many respects, it's actually kind of refreshing. Now, if you did feel sympathy for Rades, good on you. And there is still room for that too, especially when you learn how he was outcast just because of the magic, which I think honestly shows that Black Clover's greatest strength is actually in developing the world and injustices around it than anything else. Like I think the world building is the biggest strength in Black Clover for sure. And aside from that, so the main focus of this episode was on the fight with Rades, and one thing I could not have been happier about was the fact that Asta ended up taking a back seat, and we get a lot more of Fuegoleon. And I know he basically took over the entire fight and finished the job. And I will admit the one weakness is that we had to wait half the episode in order for him to take center stage. But when he did, oh boy, did he make even more of an impression than the last episode. And I love how the latter just kind of openly acknowledged that Asta is in fact worthy enough to be recognized by him as a Magic Knight, as a member of the Magic Knights, but also gave Asta some much needed advice. And honestly, I seriously hope Asta takes everything that Fuegoleon did in this everything that he did in this episode to heart in the future, because Asta has the potential to be Wizard King, just not the common sense right now. And I'd say that, and honestly, I dare say that out of between Asta and Fuegoleon, I think that the latter is a lot more worthy right now than Asta in order to be Wizard King, and I can see him actually succeeding. Actually being chosen as Wizard King, as being Wizard King even before Asta in the future. So yeah, I mean Asta's a kid, so he's not gonna end up being Wizard King right like immediately. But it's like I can see him becoming like I suppose like almost like in a way like a bit of a Kakashi or a Tsunade in the future, where they end up becoming Wizard King even before the main character does. So yeah, and I would be just completely on board with that of that character of him being Wizard King even before Asta. So yeah. Now, with this episode, the fight with Rades pretty much ends, but the whole arc isn't over yet, because with Rades' defeat, we see a witch watching them, and from the sounds of it, she's going to be even more of a threat than Rades, especially if her words are anything to go off of. She might actually have the ability to steal everyone's mana, which is going to be, I think, is going to even be more of a threat than anything Rades did in this episode. Which, yeah, that should be very interesting. So, yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Knight of Anime, signing off.